Do you ever feel that you're just not getting the warmth and love from people that you need? Maybe you've been hurt repeatedly in your lifetime, or maybe you just feel like people don't get you. This program, Surrendering to Love, is a Perspective Reboot energy healing segment to help you release what no longer serves you. Hi, I'm KristiBorst, and my business is Healing Resonance with KristiBorst. I'm an intuitive quantum healer, a fractal artist, and a spiritual channel for divine healing energy. This segment or program is going to help reconnect you with the love that is. Many times the things that are holding us back from feeling or experiencing love are walls or boundaries that we've erected in our lifetime as a way to protect our heart or shield ourselves. And that can be helpful when we're disempowered children, but as empowered, awakening adults, we need to become aware of these places that we're hiding ourselves or actually self-sabotaging what we're experiencing. What I'm going to be sharing today with you is information that I've channeled privately in meditations as well as in one-to-one healing sessions with clients. So I want to start by just connecting in and helping you get into a heart space where you can more easily or readily receive the information. So I want you to start by just joining me and placing your hands on your heart and just become aware that the heart is so close to the breath. The mind can be what takes our attention, and sometimes we even can feel a pressure in our forehead. So I want you to just imagine that you can take that awareness of the pressure in your forehead, if there is any, and bring it to the center of your head, and then use a couple light swallows. And with that swallow, bring it down into your chest area where your heart is. And let's just take a couple nice deep breaths. Again. And I'd like you to join me in setting an intention to hear with your heart, to experience with your heart, to clear with your heart, and to see with your heart. And I'm going to give you just a moment here to add whatever other intentions you would like to release any wounds that you know of or blocks or walls that you know you've erected. And I'm just going to take a drink of tea while you're doing that. Okay. So now just find your natural flow of breathing and just think for a moment how the breath connects us to every other being that's breathing, and every other being that has breathed has potentially shared this air with us. So just feel that communion. And also the energy that I'm sharing with you connects us. The energy at our source, our soul level, our home, the love that's within us connects us. So start to bring your awareness away from this sense of being alone and starting to become aware of this more spiritual sense of self in which we're not alone. The physical vessel makes us feel alone, but that aspect of love that unites us adds an L, if you will, to the word alone and takes it more to an all one sensibility. So now that you're in that space, I'm going to shift over to my energy informed healing artwork. It's going to add a level to this, almost like a visual meditation to help you receive the information that I'm sharing. And then at the end, I'm going to share another way to help you release as you move forward and look at some of the things that may have come up for you. Surrendering to love. As I go through these images, I'm going to mention the title as the first comment, but it's also imprinted on the top right. Here we go. Just breathe normally. Celebrating love. You came here to this lifetime because you were needed. You knew you could succeed despite all odds. And yet, you doubt yourself, you sabotage, you question. It's time to release what no longer serves you and celebrate the love you are, the love you're here to be, the sparkle, the joy, the essence that only you can bring to this world, through you as you. Chaos and fear. The media feeds us negativity. It affects us internally, and we push it back out, perpetuating it. We think things are external, but everything starts internally. So we have to be aware of what our vibe is, because it affects not only us and our health, but also those around us and our world. The more we choose joy, the more we get to live in joy, the more we create joy. Emerging to love. Everything is transformed with love. When my children were little, I learned the lesson that sometimes when they were being the most unlovable, they needed love the most. For example, maybe they acted up at bedtime and I would get angry, but then the next morning I realized they were sick. So this is true of our fellows here. Sometimes those who are acting the least lovable need love the most. Have compassion. Have compassion not only for others, but also for yourself. Love to heal. In every moment, there is a wave of unlimited potential. Quantum physics shows that we as observers collapse that wave into a singular outcome. I want to encourage you to ride that wave as long as you can. Don't self-sabotage by questioning your worth, questioning that you're lovable. Sometimes our greatest opportunities lie in our challenges, and yet we run away. There's a wonderful quote by Rumi: "The wound is the place the light enters you." I've seen this again and again in session work. That thing that the person has hidden away or shied away from facing for decades is the cornerstone to escalating to a higher, truer sense of self. That self that can feel love, be love, receive love. Return to center. The more in alignment with who you came to be you become, the more life becomes effortless. Don't hide your true self. Don't try to conform. This can almost be like a deprogramming process to return to who you are here to be. It's a journey for sure, but it's not impossible. Into the depths. Stop looking outside yourself for who or why things are going wrong. You are at the center. You are the one you can change. If you continually look at the things that are going wrong, this can become a type of tunnel vision that locks you into feeling bad about yourself, feeling bad about others. So look at the rest of that pie. You may be looking at the slice that's missing, and turn and look at the rest of that pie. Releasing karma. Everything here, every relationship, every situation, every challenge has a backstory that may not even be rooted in this physical lifetime. Start to embrace a knowing that you've lived before and you'll live again. Sometimes people that we have conflict with and we don't understand the source of that conflict, it's rooted in another time and place. Have compassion. Forgive others, because the fact that we're connected, as we forgive others, we forgive ourselves. It's so important. New dawn. Every day, even every moment that we're aware and consciously choosing our vibe can create a new experience, a new dawn. Express light, express love. Imagine as you walk across the earth, you're leaving an emotional, psychic, spiritual footprint. Choose how you step. Choose how you interact. Higher guidance. The more we choose to express as love, the more we're surrounded by love, because that's the vibe that we're creating. It's time to lift the past so you can move forward with ease and grace. Awareness equals the power of choice, equals the power to change. Happy dance. It's time to dance your life. Your true self knew exactly who you were here to be when you took human form. There's nothing more you have to achieve or be or do other than surrendering, falling back to this truth, claiming that authentic self. Think of how you were as a child. Find that freedom of expression. All is well. Surrender to the love within you, the love that surrounds you, and you can see that love in this reality. Have compassion for those who disappoint, as they are likely disappointed. We can heal ourselves and heal so much beyond ourselves. Open to and receive the love coming to you, as you, through you. You may not be the one to suffer for your bloodline. You may be the one who came to heal your bloodline. All is well. All is forgiven. If any awarenesses or memories have come up for you as I was sharing that visual meditation and the Perspective Reboot information, I'd like for you to use this little method, if it seems fun for you, to help move through stuck emotion. Emotion means energy in motion. And when energy gets stuck in an emotion or in a trauma, that can be part of what blocks the body's natural healing abilities and can cause unease equals dis-ease within the body. As I was preparing for this, sometimes I see images, or sometimes I have a knowing, sometimes I actually hear things. And what I heard was Lucky Charms. And so I don't know if you were at all into the little marshmallow treats that came in Lucky Charms cereal as a child. But let me tell you, they've added some new shapes, and I think some of these shapes are wonderful tools to use in transforming old feelings. So sometimes when a sad feeling comes up from the past, people will say, "Well, I have to feel my feelings." And if you just keep going back to that feeling and feeling it again and again, you're not really moving forward. You're just almost stepping back into this quicksand that you know so well. So, what I'm encouraging you to do is to start to transform, to move along that energy. So, when you find a feeling or a trauma or a memory that is something that's stuck, the first thing is to look at some of this information that I've shared. See if there was an illusion playing out at the time of that wounding. So go to that feeling, and the lucky charms are unicorn, lucky shamrock, rainbow, shooting star, pink heart, horseshoe, or balloon. When you go to that feeling, imagine you can add whatever one of those lucky charms is going to help you lift that feeling. It's going to help you experience it in a different way rather than stepping into the quicksand. We're going to lift that quicksand with one of these lucky charms. I'd like you to try that and let me know how that works for you. Be sure to drink water because as things are released emotionally, water does help them release more gently. If there's anything that you have a question with, feel free to reach out with me for a reading or an hour Perspective Reboot session, and I'll help you release what no longer serves you. Remember, you came here to be you. No one else can walk this earth as you, the light you are. I see you, I recognize you, I love you. All is well, all is forgiven. It's time to do your happy dance. Be here now. Thank you.